Awesome. All right. So, guys, can I get a drum roll? Can I get some sound effects? This, right. We are super, super, super excited today because, oh my God, this is okay. So, Deborah Mitchell, uh, TV and Emmy nominated producer, is joining our show. She'll be here with us every Wednesday, and today is her first day. She's joining the show. Please bring Debbie to the stage. Yay! Debbie, how are you this morning?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you so much for having me back. Oh my God. So
But
excited.
back in a more permanent setting. All right, so team, I'm gonna bring Debbie into focus. See you
Okay.
guys in a while.
So I'll
All
jump
right.
right in. Okay.
Yeah.
So I
Please
became an
introduce yourself.
okay. I'm a television producer. I've done it for 20 years, more than 20 years. But in 2020, I pivoted to become an entrepreneur. My TV skills are coming in very handy now. So I head up Deborah Mitchell Media Associates, and I work with entrepreneurs, corporate executives, authors, and thought leaders to strategically use the power of video storytelling to engage and grow their audience while elevating their brand's presence online. So it's pretty much from TV to the boardroom, using video content as your secret weapon for business growth. Video is a key component in digital marketing. It's a great way to establish your brand awareness and audience engagement while staying competitive in the marketplace. So whether you're using taped video, live video, short or long form video, video content is the secret weapon for business growth. And I'll tell you why. Video delivers information in an entertaining way that resonates with people. It's a combination of the visual and the audio and the sounds. It makes the content easier to receive and process. And as a result, it allows people to process the information a little bit better. So using video is good for a brand. It's also good for the budget because video lives online forever. It's a built-in sales and marketing team for any company because you're constantly promoting your brand because it's online and it's free. So you're saving money. So anyone, anytime, or any place can find your video. And especially if you're on YouTube, you always hear people say, go to YouTube University. A fellow YouTube producer said recently that video content is 24/7 available. Her name is Edie Clark, as a matter of fact. She was saying video is available all the time. So it's good to have it online. And if you're doing a live stream like this, it's a cost-effective way to get your information out, connect and engage with your audience in real time. And once it's over, you can repurpose the video and use it in other forms on different platforms. So who should create content video? Good question. Anybody can create it. I always say everybody has a story, and it's true. Good candidates for creating video content include executives, individuals who want to establish themselves as thought leaders, or a business owner who has something to sell or promote. I produced a couple of authors when they were launching their books, and they did a book launch. It was during the pandemic, and it still worked. It was great. They were able to get a large crowd online and reach their target audience. So that's what you have to think about. So what video content should you create? People always worry that they will run out of content. That's totally impossible. Ideas and content, they're everywhere. You read something, you talk to someone, your personal stories. If you really think about it, you can have something to say every single day of the year. And if you can't think of something, then you get a producer. You hire me, I'll help you think of it. So content is not a problem. It could be educational content, tutorial content. I thought about it this morning. If for your business, you could actually go online, read some Google reviews, and answer those Google reviews. Your customers will get a kick out of that. So whether it's good or bad reviews, still answer them. It's good for you. It's still video. It's still content. So you're taking your customer on a journey, and you have to figure out what kind of journey you want to take with the content. So what kind of content should you create? Let's see. Or pretty much why should you create content? Hold on. It's visibility. You want to Have visibility. You want to have a relationship with your audience. It allows people to get to know you. And people like to do business with people that they feel they know. So I specialize in live streaming, and that allows companies, businesses to go live, create long form content, engage, similar to what you're doing here with your business and digital. So you engage with your audience, you can answer their questions, you can give them the information directly, and it addresses their concerns right then and there. So that's a great form of content creation. When and how should you create your video content? Now, there's no time like the present. So figure out what social media platforms you want to be on. You want to figure out where your target audience is and create content for them so that you can build a community. You don't have to be on every platform. Maybe one or two is good. And you can start by dipping your toe in by using your smartphone. I actually create my video content with my smartphone. Start slow, maybe start with 30 or 60 to 60-second snippets of information. And make sure that you have a microphone so you have good audio, some good lighting, either a ring light or you can have natural light, get close to a window, and start practicing. Get it on tape. Look at it, post it. I'm going to wrap it up by saying this. All content is good. Video content is good content. I say consider live streaming regularly like this because it gives you a chance of being online, and maybe a mainstream TV producer will find you. They're always looking for a guest to feature on their programs. If you're going to start, these are some of the things you should start before producing your video. Have a plan. Think about what you want to put out there and be consistent. Don't start and stop. Commit to the process. Identify your target audience. Figure out why you want to stream, what you want to talk about, and set those clear goals. Focus on quality, and that's where I talked about having good audio. So invest in a nice little mic. Make sure that you have good lighting, and start creating that video. Thanks, guys. I get an applause. Oh my
God. That was awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so I'm going to kick it to the team. Any questions for Debbie?
You know, Debbie, I'm so happy that you're here with us. It is profound information that you're providing, and to have it from an expert in the space for those in our community who are gun shy about this, it's really important. We've done this for a couple of seasons, and I remember when we went from audio to video, how we were scared, frightened, breaking out cold sweats every day until we got to this space where we're laughing as we're going live. And I remember the first time that we were practicing, and I was, and Chantal and Nia we were doing, I think, 13 takes initially until we just said loosen up and did exactly what you said, work the plan, make sure that we had a strategy in place, and then it became routine for us. And I thought that was so on point when you mentioned those components of it. My question for you is, as you are working in your professional space where you were before, and now that you're working with entrepreneurs, is there one or two specific themes that you find that you're repeating over and over again that has been your lanyard, you're something extra that you brought to the table that you lean into all the time?
Oh my gosh, it's the authenticity of the story. I try to find that in what the client or the potential client is talking to me about, because they need to be clear about what story they want to tell. So even when I was interviewing a guest for a show, you know, sometimes people are just all over the place telling the story. And I was like, okay, let's pull it in. Let's focus. Let's focus on what the message is that the story you want to tell, because they only had 3 minutes to tell the story on air. So they really had to be, it had to be very focused. So I find myself doing that same thing with clients, potential clients now. they have so many things that they want to talk about, could talk about, think is important. So we spend time sitting down and just really focusing on what is the important points that they want to get to their customers or their audience. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Nina. Thank you.
Go for it, Andrea.
So my question has to do with, what advice do you give persons like myself, for example, who the story, you're in a technical space. You're in a technical space and you're trying to bring this story out, or you're trying to do video content. What advice do you give people like that? Because I always say accounts is boring, right? Like my area of expertise is actually quite boring. A lot of people would find, well, there isn't really any story there.
It's all, yes. Oh no, there's accountants.
So
money.
So right. So what advice do you give people like that? I mean, it doesn't have to be accounts related, but just generally people who may have topics that are not generally outwardly exciting.
Not sexy enough. You don't think accounting is sexy?
Yes.
I think people love money topics. Oh my gosh, you can talk about. Well, think of the calendar. You know, April is your busy time, so you're preparing people tips on what you might forget to write off for your taxes. I mean, people love tips, so I'm all big on tips. They love lists. The 5 things that you make sure that you ask your accountant when you sit down with them. They love. Oh my God, money is sexy. You're underestimating yourself. Wait, I'm thinking of more. Hold on. You can recommend the top, if someone doesn't want to hire an accountant, you want them to hire an accountant, but if they can't afford it or they don't want to, the top software that they can use that's easy to use. I like the idea of knowing what to ask your accountant, because sometimes I go to my accountant. I call him all the time. I say, Brian, how come you didn't tell me about this? He said, what have you been reading? Because I read everything. So, I give them a list of things to go in, to ask the accountant. You have to be your own advocate. So people need to feel that they are equipped. So I think you have a lot to talk about.
So there's always, so basically no topic is never sexy.
Exactly. You make it sexy. Yes.
I agree with what Deborah's saying about you, Andrea, because I got hooked with a guy that talked about sleep. Like he gave, information on circadian rhythms and how do you understand yours. And I was captivated. And I thought about exactly what you said, Deborah, the story. He told a story. And Andrea, you tell really, really funny, great stories. You really do.
And even one more, you can, tell your kids how to teach kids from a young age, how to be responsible for money. Oh, there are a ton of topics. We can talk later, Andrea.
Oh, Debbie, this was awesome. I'm so glad that you're going to be a part of the show. We were super excited to have you today. So thank you. And we look forward to, continuing to have you on the show and bringing those video tips and, just the things that business executives should be thinking about, video as a thought leadership strategy. This is what our whole show is about, right? We do this show to showcase our expertise in marketing, in sales and accounting, and connecting it back to the digital space. So that's why we do this show. And we believe that there's so much value. The other thing is that we find ourselves in a space where we're content rich, right? We always have content to choose from with this live video. So everything you said applies to exactly what we're doing here. So it's like, this is an example.
Perfect example.
So we look forward to having you back. See you again. Take it easy.
See you later. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Take care. Bye.